So informational interviews are a key part of the networking process. So after you've begun building a network, what you want to do is talk to people. And much similar to what I said before about networking, the informational interview is not about getting a job. So I even have colleagues, friends from high school who'll still say to me, I see on LinkedIn you're connected to this person. I'm applying for a job there. Can I talk to them? And that's actually not the purpose. Again, informational interviews are for information. And there's one key rule to informational interviews. Unless you have a unique and intimate and long-standing relationship with someone, the first and only rule of informational interviews is do not ask for a job. That is not the purpose. You're not there to get a job. You're there to get information. And I really can't stress this enough, because by doing that and asking for a job, it turns a lot of people off. They know you're looking for a job, but there's etiquette behind it. And it creates a large burden for people. Ellie, if you were to come to me tomorrow and say, hey Mark, I know we worked together at C's in a few years, and you said, you have a job? Like, that creates a stressor for me, and now I feel like I owe you something. So let's not put people in those positions. Let's align ourselves with people, understand who they are from the knowledge we have on them, and then do informational interviews. Informational interviews are designed to know the person, know the organization, know the culture and fit. So you want to talk to someone, understand what it is they like about their organization. Understand what it is they don't like. From this, for example, I had a student last semester come to me and say, I really want to work at this company. And I said, how badly? And they said, it is my dream. And I said, okay, let's find, since it's such a dream for you, and you've thought about this since you're 8 years old, let's talk to 10 people who work there. Student comes back a couple of weeks later. I said, so what's up? What do you think about company X? And they said, I don't want to work there. I said, why? They said, every person I spoke to said this company's in downturn, they're losing revenue, there's 3 management shifts going on. I just don't think it's the place for me. And I said, great, you've learned something. So I want to keep stressing that throughout the process. This is a learning process. So again, talk to people what they like, what they don't like. Talk to people about how you can better make yourself a fit, right? So if they, for example, say, well, tell me about yourself, or let me see your resume, and they look at it, you want to know what can set you apart. You might say, well, what skill am I missing? Or as a graduate student, what course might I really take to set me apart from the average individual? That's a key thing you can learn, because maybe you're in your first or second semester, you have time here left at C's, you have a few electives to fill, and with this information, which is coming direct from the source, you can enhance your profile. You also want to find out when it's appropriate to follow up with this individual again. Who else might be in their network and they might know? So you might talk about things and they might say, when I went to C's, I had a good friend who now works at Company X or owns a startup. Would you be interested in speaking to them? I would also be keeping information on this. I'd be keeping the name of the contact, phone number, location, role, when's best to follow up, what value you can add. So you might ask them, how can I help? And they might say, for example, well, I'd really love to come to campus and get to know students better. Is there any way I can do that? And you might say, I'm an electrical engineer. Maybe I can let Mark know because he does career development. Or I'm in civil engineering and, this company seems like they could benefit the whole school. Maybe I can let graduate student affairs know. So until you ask, a lot of students say to me, I don't think I can help. But I think a lot of students can. You're working in the same field. So I always caution, say, don't just think about what a person can do for you. You need to think about what you can do for them. Maybe you could fill them in about what's coming up in industry and what's relevant in your classes. Maybe they need a refresher there. So again, really, and that's going to help you build a relationship. So find out what it is that they think is really relevant to becoming a professional in this space. You'll be amazed how 3 or 4 persons removed from this person through networking and applying that information will make you a better candidate. And then 3 to 6 months later, you might be sitting there signing an offer letter and you say, wow, all of this information I gained really got me the job. Maybe no sole person got me this job, but all the information that is flushed out outside of the classroom really made me just such a better candidate than I could have been before.